Welcome back, guys. Today we will discuss what are the interview questions for data privacy part, especially how can we implement this. Very important from the interview point of view. Must 100% asked questions. Even I have faced multiple times these questions asked to me itself, but at that stage I was not able to conclude the exact answer. So that's why my purpose to bring these questions for you so that you won't be in a position like I was at that time. So let's begin this session. Yes, apart from the implementations part, we have the basic definitions, right? What is GLBA? GLBA is a US based GDPR, we can say, like we have in UK. So let's begin this session. We will discuss according to the slide scheme. So here the question number one, what is data privacy? Can you explain in a very basic terms? So very simple, if I can say, privacy is a state in which one people cannot interfere other people's in terms of their personal data, right? I cannot comment some others personal data. So this is the privacy, right? If I don't know some other private information, I cannot interfere. So this is what the privacy talks about. So we can also say that privacy is a freedom from interference, or it's a freedom from intrusions, so that one people cannot disturb the other ones without any specific reason. Also, privacy is the key. We can say this is the key to ensure the human dignity, right? To maintain the safety and self-determinations part. GDPR ensures these terms. Coming to the next slide. This is actually scenario-based questions in which multiple candidates stuck uh, during during answering and in practical sessions as well. Let's begin this session. You are holding a position of senior consultant, and one of your European Union client facing complaint of a data privacy complaints, right? Your manager has deputed over there to overcome with this complaints to streamline the process. What are the steps you follow? Very important generic questions. Interviewer wants to know whether you have practical information knowledge or not. How will you manage this client to streamline the process so that the escalation won't happen again? So the exact response would be, first understand the client business architecture, right? In which sector they are dealing, right? What is the context of business your your client have. Second point, go through and understand the regulations, right? Regulations means what are the recommendations coming from the GDPR or the GLBA, right? What are their recommendations, right? Go through these. So first step is understand the context of business. Second step, go through the recommended regulations, right? Third is hire a DPO. DPO is a data protection officer. He helps to map the requirement with respect to legal and all other related areas, right? This point number B is very important here, to understand the regulations part, right? Because if organization is situated at EU, right? So GDPR to follow according to EU law, but client, but his customer situated at US, then as per US law, GLBA should be there and HIPAA should be there maybe. So abiding of regulations with respect to the local countries are very important, right? So we need to understand the overall architecture, right? Overall particularly posture of the organization, that in which area our business is dealing, and what regulations we have to follow regarding same. If we talk about the point number three, um, you have to prepare all controls, procedures, and everything at organization level after understanding the context of business. And as I said, as I said earlier, right? Next is prepare a privacy policy according to the previous point, right? After preparing the controls, right? After preparing the procedures, after preparing everything at organizations level, right? Um, you have to prepare for a privacy policy, right, at organization level, not for the global one, right? First draft it at organization level, and then discuss internally that where we can modify, right, where we can have chances to modify the same, and then let's see what happen next. Coming to the next slide. Next is PIA, right? After preparing the policies, privacy policies, right? Analyze the gap assessment, what recommendations given by the regulations body versus what we have existing in our organization, right? So compare these two, right? Recommendations part versus what we have. Next is improvement, right? Gap after gap analyzing, right? Improve your policies, right? According to the gap, right? According to the weaknesses we have identified in PIA part, last point. At last, communicate to the client and the regulator to perform the audit. Very simple. After performing all right, after giving the presentations to the client and your senior management, right, you can communicate to the particular client that yes, we are ready. Our data privacy implementation has been done, and you can do the audit. Coming to the next slide. Yes, what is the difference between GDPR and GLBA? GDPR we had just discussed since many a days. So, like just to introduce once again, GDPR is a general data protection law based only applicable for EU reasons, right? And who process the PII data. But what is the GLBA, guys? GLBA is very similar to the GDPR, but difference in terms of regulatory reasons, right? Uh, and somewhere occupation. GLBA is dedicated for Green, like Graham Leach Billy Act. It's a federal law in US, and the propose why this came in picture. So the proposal of this to come in way so that financial institution deals with the private informations of individuals in US, right? So it provide controls over those organizations who deals with the financial areas, right, and collecting the PPII information according to them. So we can say that this would be a considered, this would be like very similar consideration between GDPR and GLBA, right? But maybe somewhere vary in terms of process of handling, right, controls and methodology. So these are the some difference. Otherwise, purpose is same. GLBA is applicable for US financial organization who collects the PII, and GDPR deals with the Union region, EU region. There are 27 countries I had disclosed in last slide, last presentation. Sorry, you can go and visit. So I think this is okay for the today's session. Thank you so much. Next video will be presenting by tomorrow, and I hope these videos likes you. Subscribe with the bell icon, and don't forget to share my videos. If you have any queries, comment me. I will provide you the appropriate answers. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Bye.